Hey guys, it's Tristan here from PropertyToolkit. So today this is video 6 in the series of running through how to go direct to vendor. Today I want to talk about how you can find lease options to be able to help out vendors who, or say landlords, or you've got people who are struggling paying their mortgage, who might need negative equity. How you can use Rightmove and Zoopla to spot those links that stand out like an eyesore. It takes a little bit of work, a bit of digging to be able to sort those out, but hopefully this will help. So one of the simplest ones is when you jump on Rightmove, or if you jump on Zoopla, whatever else, and you're going through, if you jump into your letting side of the data, put in a property or the area they're looking for, and just start going through them. And what you're looking out for is floor plans. And the reason you're finding floor plans is most estate agents, most vendors, and most landlords never put up a floor plan. And the only time someone ever gets a floor plan drawn is when they pay for one or when they usually go to sell it. So that's the key. So what you're finding is finding letting properties to let with floor plans, because chances are the vendor may have, or the vendor, I'm calling him a vendor, the landlord may have thought about selling that property at some point. So at that point, what I would then do is, if you found that property, you know what area it is, you found the road name, put that straight into the for sale part of either Rightmove or Zoopla to then see if that one pops up. More often than not, they do. And then at this point, when you know they're both for sale and to rent, the landlord's probably open to something. They've got a problem, and either way, they're happy to have it solved. So put that in, and then what you can then do is you can either just pop a letter in the post once you've worked out the full property address of the property and say, hey, I'm looking to do something. Sometimes, and I have noticed, I've done this once or twice, it does rile up the estate agent or the lettings agent who's looking after it. So what I've done is I've called up the agent, I've said, hey, and I've just gone through a little bit of a pattern and say, do you think the vendor would possibly be interested in renting the property out for, say, the next 5-7 years or something like that? And at the end of it, we agree a price now that we pay them. And then you've just asked an open question, and you're seeing what they're going to go with. And at that point, you might get it. And then if they turn around and say, I don't think that's what the vendor's going to be interested in, then I've just turned and said, look, in that case, if you don't think they're going to be interested, would you mind if I send the vendor a letter, pop it into the post to them, and if we sort anything out, I pay your fee? And at that point, they're usually a bit flummoxed. If you've got someone who's a little bit of usually a junior neg or something like that, they'll just say yes and they'll just be quiet or whatever else. But at least you've asked their permission. They probably haven't got this on record or whatever, but you've asked their permission, and if you ever get back in touch with them in the future, you can pay their fee and keep them happy. So that's one way of finding direct to vendor lease options, or lease options using Rightmove or Zoopla. The other bit is, as you go through, you'll find on letting stuff, occasionally you'll find an EPC PDF. And if you get a PDF, it can sometimes just be that the estate agents put it up incorrectly. But most times, if the EPC is almost brand new, that's because they've only just started letting it out, or they've only just had to start letting it out. So at the same point, you might have a vendor who's motivated, and they're just doing it to kind of fix a problem. Again, you can then look at that and think, all right, let's use that. So that was number 2. Number 3, and this is a little bit of a complicated one. So if you use, I've got a Windows computer, I've actually got 2 screens, so I can split my screens. But if you use one screen, what you can do is you can open up two screens of your internet browser. So what you do is you open it up, open one up, and then what you do is you drag the top of it right to the side of the screen, right over here, right to the edge of the screen, into the top, into the side, and that should then split your screen into one side. And then what you'll do is literally repeat the same, open another screen for a new window for it, and then what you do is you literally drag the top, bank it right against the side, and then what you should now have is 2 screens side by side. And the reason I'm saying you're doing this is because what you want to do is repeat the search for the same properties in both screens. And what we're trying to do here is, again, find those properties where vendors are for sale and to rent. And what we're going to do is open Rightmove in one, Rightmove in the other, and say, for example, I live in an area called Bitton in Southampton. So what I then do is on one side, I put Bitton in that search engine, Bitton in that one, and we're putting in the same number of bedrooms, same type of property, everything else to match it. And then what we're then doing is looking at the left screen and the right screen, and we're trying to get them to match. And as you work through all of those, hopefully you should then find a property where a vendor's looking to sell it. They're looking to sell it and they're looking to rent it. At that point, they might be open to doing something with you. So that's how you're finding deals using lease options, using Rightmove and Zoopla online, and that's a great way to be able to target them and work out who they are. I've already gone through how to work out the property addresses earlier on in the series, so if you want to go back to that to work out which ones they are, to be able to target them, you can, and work out who the owners are to be able to get in touch with them. That's all in this series as well. But the other bit is, if I can help you out, just drop a message. But I'm Tristan from Property Toolkit. We've got ways all to automate this, so you don't even have to lift a finger. You just open it and you get all those deals in front of you. Hopefully I can help you. Ciao for now.